Hello, I wanted to jump on and I wanted to explain what perimenopause is and about the fluctuating hormones and just demystify what's going on. So there's lots of different stages of perimenopause and the lead up to menopause. So you have your very early stages where you're still having regular cycles, but things are just a bit different, and it tends to be when you've just come over that 40 mark. So I think most of us reach menopause by 51, and it can be a decade-long experience for some of us. So when you're over 40 and things are starting to feel a bit different, then you're probably in perimenopause. So that's first stage. You might be having more intense PMT, you might be having migraines, you might be having heavier periods. Then you get into the stage where it's early stages of peri, where you're starting to have irregular cycles, and maybe the symptoms are starting to be a bit more intense. Then you get into the late stages of perimenopause, and that's when you start skipping cycles. Now that stage can last 2 to 3 years. And then once you haven't had a period for a year, that's you in menopause. And that can be confirmed by blood tests of your follicle stimulating hormones, so FSH, and they're really high in menopausal women. Now, what are your hormones doing? So a lot of medical professionals call it your second puberty. So if you think in our first puberty, as little girls, our estrogen levels are quite low, and then as we hit puberty, they start fluctuating until we reach a level playing field of regular cycles. So when we hit perimenopause, the same thing happens. We've got this steady flow of estrogen, and then all of a sudden our cycles become, erratic, and there's lots of spikes and roller coasters of our estrogen levels. And then after that, they start to decline. Our estrogen starts to decline as we get into later stages of perimenopause, and then into our lower levels of menopause.